Welcome, everyone, and thank you for checking out Geeks of the Roundtable. This is episode 14, and today we're doing something very fun, which you've seen the title, but I will talk about when we introduce our guest. Of course, I'm not alone. My name is Ren Zach, but I have with me my co-host, Zach Pope. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to do this. I've kind of needed this. My morale has been a little bit down this week, just with everything kind of going on in the world, and I really wanted to more educate myself with everything kind of going on more than just focusing on movies and videos this week. So it's been a little bit tough, but I've been looking forward to doing this week, and especially because of the guest we have, I'm excited to talk about the title and the main topic.
It's a pretty awesome guest, and let's welcome him in, everybody. Welcome, Maffman Jones. To the
Hello,
show.
everybody. I'm doing well, doing okay, doing exactly what Zach's been saying with educating myself and, just trying to get by day to day because it's been crazy.
It really has. It really has.
Yeah.
And then Mothman, do you want to share with what you're doing for this?
Yeah. So I thought thank you for inviting me. By the way, I'm happy to be here. But I am going to be, for everybody who likes this video, for every like that we get on this, I'm going to be donating $1 to the NAACP, and that is the National Association for Advancement of Colored People. And I just want to read the mission statement really quick so people understand what it's really about. So basically, the mission statement of this place is to secure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights in order to eliminate race-based discrimination and ensure the health and well-being of all persons. So I've been donating all over the place, but this is one of the organizations I haven't focused on yet. So I thought it would be a cool place to really center on for this.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for having our show as a platform to do that. Before we move on, let me just address something really quick, because Jordan is putting it out on the chat. I have a cheeky setup change, and he loves it. This is actually my home. I'm back in Portugal for now, for the rest of the summer, at least, because I can get a job at the moment in London.
Yeah, see?
So there's no point in staying there. So yes, for now, this was the first set that I was at that Zach first saw me in, and he fell in love with me. He's been stalking me ever since.
Yeah, every time. I flew out to Portugal once I hid under his bed for a while and just sat there. And
How was that? Was that comfortable?
It was really comfortable, man. Like, I sat under there for probably 3 days straight and just listened to his daily routine. And then all the toys you see, I started stealing them one by one. And
you can't take them all at once.
Yeah,
it would be smart.
The underneath of my bed is actually pretty comfortable because it's one of those beds that goes up, and underneath I have all these comics and whatnot. So Zach must have been pretty entertained down there.
Yeah, I wiped myself a couple times with some of those. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
you could have just
ones though.
The same on the top of the bed.
Oh, you're right. But I survived, and now I'm here, and now we do a podcast together. So that's how it started.
All right. And of course, guys, you've read the title. You know what we're doing today. And of course, we have Maffman Jones to talk Star Wars. We're all Star Wars guys over here. We're talking to you about the definitive top 10 Star Wars characters. Now, if you've seen a few episodes ago, we did actually the same for Dragon Ball Z characters, or Dragon Ball in general characters. Mm-hmm. And each of us will be doing a top 10 list. I mean, we've already done it. We'll be revealing it in this show. And then we'll discuss it and come up together with a definitive top 10. Taking somebody out, bringing somebody in, and etc.
But it's a little tough.
Yes. Sparks are going to fly. May the force be strong. But before we start on the news, because we have a lot to talk about, just Zach, what have you been doing this week? Like, apart from trying to educate yourself, as we all should, whatnot, what have you kind of distracted to kind of alleviate the tension to keep your eye on these?
Well, I'm still working a lot, and it's been quite crazy because we've actually had to close earlier because of some of the protesting. Just because they're worried about, and then we have a curfew now out here, so. I mean, we used to close around 7, get off by 8:30, but now it's we can't do that anymore because our curfew's at 8. So that's kind of nice not having to stay that late. But it's definitely just been weird because this week's been weird. I haven't felt motivated to make videos. I had a whole schedule, and I only put out 2 videos this week, and then I have one coming out today, which is going to be The Last of Us, Why The Last of Us is Perfect video. But I did get to see a movie this week. I can't talk about it, Ren, but I got to watch King of Staten Island.
Okay.
So my review.
Can't wait to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, my review goes up Monday, I think, is when the embargo drops. So I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited. I love Judd Apatow. I think he's Like Funny People, I think is legitimately like one of the most underrated movies. Like not enough people talk about Funny People.
I would agree with you on the first half of the movie. I think like we won't get into it because we're talking about other things here, but I do think that the first half of that movie is like perfect.
Yes.
Perfect Judd Apatow movie. Completely. And Adam Sandler's great in that.
Yeah, he's an excellent actor. People forget about that when he does all these stupid Netflix movies that just are. It's kind of like, you know how Vin Diesel, I feel like, is living out his midlife crisis in like a bunch of his movies. Like the last XXX movie, he had like what an 8-some in the first 20 minutes of the film.
How dare you?
I just thought, okay, he's living his midlife crisis. I think Adam Sandler is doing the same with like the Do-Over and Murder Mystery. He's doing these things where he's like, I can take a vacation and go just be myself. And then Uncut Gems. I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him either. And then Uncut Gems, he's like, hey, I've always wanted to own a jewelry store.
I can still act. I'm still here.
See? Hi. Don't forget about me. Hi, guys. Hi.
And Maffman, what have you been up to? How have you been dealing with this week?
I've been doing okay. I've been just kind of like, again, educating myself on everything, donating where I can, and just kind of keeping up with everything because it's a new thing every single day. We're hearing from the president, we're hearing from other officials, and I've been watching CNN a lot, which I've never done. But it's good to be informed. But I've been watching a couple movies here and there. Last night, because we have a curfew too. And actually I live in Staten Island, so that's pretty crazy that like you were talking about the movie before. But the curfew is at 8 o'clock, so I've been watching a couple movies. I watched Spike Lee's He Got Game.
Ooh,
if none of you guys have seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it before, but I've always known about it. But I was like, wow. I mean, Ray Allen, he was a Boston Celtic, and I was always a fan of him. And I was like, wow, this guy could act. Yeah, and Denzel, of course, so you can't go wrong with Denzel. But other than that, yeah, just kind of keeping it chill. Keeping it chill here.
All right. This week has been pretty busy for me. I came back from London to Portugal. Of course, that's only a 2-hour flight. I've been rearranging these figures. I talked a little bit with Zach about it. Let me adjust you guys and show you a little bit of the collection.
That puts my collection to shame.
We'll see the other side.
Wow. Yeah, where's a room tour, Ren? We need a room tour.
Not right now because I'm not wearing any pants, but I will think about it for sure.
Okay. You better. I want to see this room tour.
All right, so gentlemen, let's talk about some news. There are good news, there are bad news. By the way, let's start the show off right. Moffman, we officially are knighting you a member of this roundtable, so you're officially a knight.
Wow. I gotta get on my knee.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
However,
there we go. I sprinkled the holy water on you. Ren gets the sword.
Yes.
I can do this. Okay. Yes.
Pretend I'm on one knee right now.
Boom. 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 There you go. Officially a knight, my friend. Yes, I have
that worked perfect.
I feel holy.
You better.
All right, gentlemen. First news of the day. Zach and I talked about it a few shows ago, and I just want to get your input quickly on this, Maffman. That Ruby Rose exiting Batwoman. I don't know if you watched the show or not, but just what are your general thoughts on it?
I guess to put I don't really watch the CNN shows. I've watched a little bit of Flash. I've watched a couple of Green Arrow episodes, but I'm not really familiar with Ruby Rose's Batwoman. However, I do think she was getting a lot of scrutiny for the role, I'm guessing, and I heard a lot of buzz about that, but it seems like it was a pretty not controversial way for her to exit. It seems like she was very respectful in her process.
Yeah,
for the most part, it seems. Yeah. I mean, I think more things are starting to come out now, and it seems like it was just the whole thing was just not jiving well for everyone. When it comes down to this, it seems like she wasn't happy. Some of the bullying. And Ren, is the season over?
The season is over. I mean, they had to end it, but it's one of only 2 shows of the CW. By the way, Maffman said that CNN shows. I would love to see these shows on CNN.
Did I say that?
So fucking different. It was
totally different tone.
But all their shows have been interrupted. I don't watch Black Lightning, but I watch Supergirl, Arrow, Flash. Arrow's over, so that doesn't count. Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman. Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow are actually the only 2 that actually I don't know if it was meant to be the finale or not, but if it wasn't, it was a really good episode to end the season on both of those shows.
Okay.
Because I was interested in that. If is it left open? Is it gonna be weird? Because obviously it's not gonna be Kane anymore, right? It's gonna be
that's the news we were going to get into. I just wanted to get Maffman's thoughts on the Ruby Rose.
Wait. So that's okay then. So then they can just start with a new character then, and not have they can just kind of like not throw it out the window, but they could be like Kane did this, or she decided to move around. I don't know how they would decide to do that, but it's like comics, so you're moving on to a new comic basically.
Yeah, I think so too. I personally don't like this, but I'll tell you why. Because when she first left, they announced they were going to search for a new actress that is LGBTQ actress, which I'm like, okay, I don't think you need that. And an actor can perfectly play someone from the LGBTQ, but that's fine. But now they're announcing that they're searching for an entirely new character, a character that is herself LGBTQ. Now, I don't remember off the top of my head any other character that wore the mantle of either Batgirl, Batwoman, whatever. So
I think they're making a new character. That's what I kind of got, which I don't like. I don't like that.
I don't like either. Why not just keep the Cat Kane character? Iron Man 2 did it. The MCU did it.
I think people get worried, and I think studios get worried that like, oh, if we switch this actor, they're gonna think like. And I still kind of believe that Reeves' Batman's going to eventually tie into the DCU in some way, but I think, and I mean, you can even argue that he's playing a younger Ben Affleck Batman. I mean, you really could. I mean, it's not like they look completely different. I mean,
people could probably buy into that if they explain it well enough. And you're right. Yeah. They both have similar. I mean, they're both totally different. I think he's American. He's and Robert's British, but they both, they're right. You can probably get away with that.
But even with like this character, like she wasn't that beloved. I mean, you switch her out, it's gonna be like, okay, like let's just go with it. You know?
It's not like you're getting rid of Robert Downey Jr. and replacing Tony Stark with
and that would have been something completely different if you were like, oh yeah, Tony, he just doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. So let's get I don't know. You think Josh Brolin wants to play Iron Man 2?
Just give him every role.
Yeah.
Don't give any attention to any other actor.
Exactly. Like the biggest issues is all this. If they're gonna change character, it's like all the storylines that have no finality. Like something that started later in the season was that her father, who works this like Crow Security, which is this special security force that guards Gosling, he hates Batwoman. He doesn't know it's his daughter, so he hates her and he hunts her down. Like, is that just going to go away? And the main villain of the show, the overarching villain of the show, who's even commanding Hush around. Yes, they made Hush
is terrible.
Lackey, but let's skip past that. That's not the point of this conversation. She is her sister. She's her twin sister that supposedly died, but turns out she's alive and she's turning into a maniacal, but she actually likes her sister. It's the only person that she doesn't kill willingly. Like, what is going to happen with all these stories? They just won't have a finality. That's my problem.
And that's my problem too. Why not just have Kate Kane? I mean, you could literally just recast her. It seems like they're going like way too far out. I don't know. Like, what do they have Barry Allen run through the first episode of season 2? Actually, do another Flashpoint paradox and everything changes again.
But I guess you can do that. But then it would feel really cheap if they did story wise. They'd be like, oh yeah. Well, hello, goodbye.
Yeah, I not only agree with Maffman here, but they've already done a Flashpoint before, and everyone changed personalities, but nobody changed looks. Everyone looked exactly the same in every timeline.
It's annoying, man. It's so annoying.
Well, yeah. Now that you mentioned the plot lines, and now I kind of feel the other way. If they change it, like they make a new character, it kind of seems like you're throwing out these potential awesome storylines out the window for something completely new.
Yeah, man. I'm just and look, I was against the show, and I'm not a fan of Ruby Rose, but she actually, I still don't think she's a good actress, and I hate saying this, but I still was going on with the show. I still enjoy the show for what they were doing. The villain was really interesting, and the stories looked great as they came into fruition. So I will still be rooting for the show. But final verdicts, gentlemen. Zach, first of all, are we knighting this or are we sending this to the dungeon?
How would we just send it to the dungeon? The whole fucking show, man. I'm just like, why can't you just do like a Batgirl or some shit? I don't get this. It's like they're picking from the litter at this point. And if you're gonna do Kate Kane, just stick with it. I mean, it just seems like it's going way too far out. I mean, What is it going to be? A completely different suit now?
Maybe it's going to be yellow instead of red.
It's just going to make no sense. Like I feel bad for any of the writers who are like, fuck. This is what they want.
What do we do now?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make the exact same character.
More.
Yeah, we're gonna make the exact same character who's more joyful, more happy, but it literally is also a part of the same community, and also is probably not gonna wear the same suit, but she's gonna fit into the story somehow with all these same characters who are also tied into the same way. And we're just gonna say Kane went off. Yes. Makes total sense. Yeah.
He went fishing.
He was snapped.
I literally will not watch the show anymore ever again.
Maffman, what's your verdict?
I kind of agree. I think we send this to the dungeon because it seems like first of all, I'm not invested in the show, so I have no problem with me putting this like shooting old Yeller here. But I like Ruby Rose, but I have no investment in her either right now in this character. So whatever they do, but send it to the dungeon. Goodbye.
Yeah. So it's a consensus. Everyone, let us know your thoughts. And by the way, guys, start sending in your questions for the last portion of the show. We'll be answering as much questions as we can. But now the second topic of news, and you gentlemen will be talking about this one more than me because this affects you one directly and myself indirectly. But AMC Theaters says they doubt they can stay in business with everything going on right now and not getting any better anytime soon. So, Mothman, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this?
So originally, I'm from Staten Island, so we didn't have an AMC, but we had Regals here and local theaters, like family-owned theaters. But I would always be as long as I've been making videos, I would travel to New York City to like see AMC theaters, and they are, if I'm not mistaken, the most prominent theater chain in the country and in the world. But this is a problem because if they're gone, you have Regal, you have Cinemark, you have what's Harkin? Is it called?
Harkin's
a couple others, Alamo. But it does speak to kind of maybe the shift in what's happening in the viewing experience for movies. If we're gonna still have theaters at all, like I always think back, like maybe like 5-10 years from now, are we still gonna have movie theaters, and are they gonna still be making enough money to be relevant in society in the world, or are we gonna be more, I guess, leaning into the home experience, which I think there's always going to be a place for theaters, but I think people do primarily go out to watch big movies and blockbusters. But if we don't have these theaters to go see these big blockbusters, then what happens from there? And this might be one of the big stepping stones in what will be I guess like a whole new look of the world in people watch movies, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I hope to never see theaters go away. And I'm AMC, I think, won't come back, but I think someone will buy it and come back with it. I just can't see, and I mean, there's been rumors that Amazon could possibly do it. Maybe those deals still aren't in talks, but I think the thing with movie theaters is that there's just so many different things about it, and I think the reason they don't make enough money is because studios take a lot of that money, and I think there just needs to be kind of like, if studios want theaters to stay alive, they need to support them as well, because obviously, like, this home video thing, it makes you money, but it definitely doesn't make you all the money. And I think King of Staten Island, I think, is going to be a big testing point to that. If King of Staten Island can make a $50 million profit off a video stream, then I think those smaller movies start saying bye-bye to the theater. But like Trolls and Scoob, I don't really count because those are children's movie. And I mean, a family's going to rent that 36 times in a row because their kid's asking for it. And that's what, $2,000 right there from a parent's pocket. So it's very interesting, but and it's sad out here. I mean, Alamo Drafthouse out here, the ones in Arizona are officially going bankrupt. Really? AMC, and then right now we have Harkins. But you know what's funny? Alamo is the only theater that didn't furlong their employees. They paid, from what I understand, they paid all their employees the whole time.
That's right. That's respectful.
Nice.
Yeah, as you should.
Which is awesome. So I think, and you know, I don't see these theaters going away. I don't just see those buildings sitting there, you know, forever. And I mean, if they do, I'm going to break in and go steal the chair. I'm sorry. Like those chairs are really comfy. I want some of those chairs. I want some of the plates. I want some of the posters. All jokes aside, I really do hope someone comes along and saves them. But I guess the big news is, did you guys see the National Theater Board has said that 90% of the theaters will be open by July 17th?
Yeah.
So July 17th?
Yep.
So about a month from now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so for Tenet,
Tenet.
which makes sense. And I think that's probably their deal is like, hey, if you want to be on this board still, you got to be open by July 17th. We want Tenet in theaters. I mean, and that's my thing. I want Tenet to come in theaters because I do not want to watch Mulan on fucking Disney Plus. I'm sorry. I do not want to watch Mulan opening night on Disney Plus. I want to watch it in the theater with the stereo, and I want that to be for all these big films. I mean, if Tenet saves the movie theaters, and hopefully they don't close again later this year, we have a lot of movies to look forward to. I mean, every single week there is a movie to look forward to. So it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have AMC over here. We don't have AMC in England, in London at least. But I start getting more and more afraid that the theaters that I frequent will possibly be going through the same danger in the future, which will suck completely. I think I said everything I need to say again because I'm very detached to AMC specifically. But if you guys don't have anything more to add, I mean, what's your verdict on this, Maffman?
I mean, the same thing I was saying before. But if they're going to open the theaters, they obviously going to implement some kind of COVID system that allows people to be as safe as they possibly can. I don't know if they're going to remove seats or whatnot. What they're going to obviously temperature checks and whatnot. And they're opening up theme parks already in Florida. They have Disney opening up, I think, in July too, and already they have Universal Studios open up now. And I guess you're going at your own risk. So if you want to have that theater experience, if they're going to open up, then that's at your own risk. So, so would I knight this then if I don't approve of AMC opening?
No. The news is that it might close. So if you throw into the dungeon, you're throwing into the dungeon the AMC possibly closing, which is like cool.
No, then I knight this because I want them to open, but I just want it to be under the most safest of precautions.
Yes,
that's all.
Hey, just a heads up, it just came out by Screen Rant. Tenet release date will reportedly be delayed. They're trying to figure out where to put it at first.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
Tenet is reportedly getting pushed, and apparently Collider got the scoop on that.
Nolan must be mad.
Yeah, so this is probably what's going to happen.
So bad.
Tenet goes to Wonder Woman goes to Dune goes to next year. But then I still have the same thought. Why the hell is King Kong versus Godzilla still in fucking November? Just push it to next year at this point. Like, that movie is not going to make the money that you wanted to make in November. Like, that movie would kill in a February, a March, even I think in a non-stacked May, I think it would actually do a really good job. But when you have it coming out after freaking Avengers, it's not going to do the best that it needs to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
with Godzilla.
Yeah, I think Tenet would do really good in November. I think Wonder Woman would do really good in November. It'd also it'd do it good anytime. So I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope. I think even Nolan's like, I'm okay with it not making its money back. I know Warner Brothers probably isn't, but I'm sure Nolan's like, I want to be the first one in theaters. I mean, would you rather have Tenet be the first film you see in theaters or Mulan?
It would be Tenet.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest. I think Tenet would drive more people to go to the theaters.
Yeah, because it's Nolan has that name now. I think he's like kind of like a Hitchcock, where it's like, he always makes these crazy big movies that are always weird, and people still talk about Inception. Like, it was so confusing. They still talk about it 10 years later.
Same with Interstellar too. People talk about Interstellar, Dunkirk, The Dark Knight. I mean, it will make its money. It'll make enough money. And I think it'll get enough talk. But I think if you put Mulan first, I'm being honest, if I don't get a screener, I'll probably end up going to see it just for review purposes, but that won't drive my family to go see it. That won't drive my grandmother who loves the movies. She does not care about Mulan. She cares about Tenet. So it's going to be interesting in that. Just don't push Dune back. I just want to see Dune.
We haven't heard anything about it, but they released an article yesterday about it. Again, with the DP, I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah. That it's a complete epic, even though it leaves the door open or something like that for more adventures.
Well, haven't they talked about it? Him splitting it into 2 parts, though.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. I think it is going to be 2 movies.
Is it? Okay, and they filmed it all. I think that's what I'm hoping, because if they filmed it both, I'm like, okay, we're at least having to get the second one, right? Or we're at least going to see.
I hope so. By the way, regarding to what Zach brought up, Jordan is asking if Hang on, it's not okay. It's
the Screen Rant. Yeah,
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're legit.
Legit.
As long as it's not we got this covered, it's legit.
Yeah, we got this covered. Is people on Facebook share? We got this covered all the time.
All
like,
the time.
And it's always everybody. I'm like, no, guys, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's always clickbait.
It's always random. It's like people you haven't talked to in years. It's like, oh my god, there's a new Nightmare on Elm Street fighting Ash Williams and fighting a xenomorph coming next year. We got this covered. You're fucking stupid. Get rid of that. Get rid of that gross stuff in front of my face.
It's
the
so bad.
Stupidest articles. I think someone did a report, and I think 98% of the articles they put out is bullshit. 98% of the articles they put out is bullshit.
Pretty high percentage.
That is.
I remember everything you need to know.
It was around Comic-Con time. It was Comic-Con 2018 because it was about the Lion King. So it was Comic-Con 2018, and I remember seeing this article as I was going through Twitter. It wasn't even Facebook. It was Twitter. And suddenly these headlines start popping up. Hugh Jackman is cast as Scar in the Lion King remake. And I'm like, holy shit, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Then I go to the source. We got discovered. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Here, do you guys want to hear their latest?
Liars.
These are what some of their latest are. Dr. Loomis will reportedly return in Halloween Kills. Dwayne Johnson may cameo in Man of Steel 2. Jason Isaacs is going to play Mr. Freeze. Beta Ray Bill could replace Thor in the MCU.
Sure.
Ben Affleck is going to play Blast. Oh, okay, that one was real. Snoke is Palpatine's clone. We already know that. That's like not a fucking thing.
A lot of these sound like ones you would find on Reddit, like on the Reddit
full
forum.
lineup for the MCU's X-Men team has been revealed.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong director teases lots of kaiju action. Oh, didn't expect there to be action of kaiju. Darth Maul star explains why Palpatine saved Anakin on Mustafar. Okay, that's real. Warner Brothers reportedly considering recasting all the Birds of Prey characters.
Some of these are really laughable.
Wolverine will reportedly fight all the Avengers in the next when he debuts in the MCU.
That's one that will be shared on Facebook by people I haven't seen in 25 years.
Bane will reportedly be in the Batman sequel. I've actually heard that one though. Black Panther 2 may feature some X-Men characters.
I hope not.
Let me find one more. Let me find one more stupid one.
Okay, give us one more.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They're all dumb. They're all stupid. They're all just dumb. These are terrible. I want to know who makes these. Like, is it just a computer that types it out?
It might be a bot. It could actually. It would be funny if it was like a bot. That would be hilarious to me.
Adam Warlock will reportedly lead the Annihilation movie. What the fuck is the Annihilation movie?
The what?
The Annihilation movie.
That seems like it's just a bunch of like random words placed. Yes, that's like what a bot would do.
Exactly. This sounds spooky.
The Batman Joker spotted at George Floyd protest. Okay, that was a real thing. But like, what?
No.
What?
All right.
Just move on to the next topic. This is dumb.
To the next one, because this one is.
By the way, this is written by a lot of these are written by Ryan Beltram. I'm gonna find him on Twitter while we're doing this.
Who follows him?
I gotta find him.
Call him out.
We got discovered. Follows him. All right, gentlemen. I just watched a movie with this guy as a star last night. Ryan Gosling is in talks to star as the Wolfman. That's a sentence I thought I'd never say. I love this. I love Ryan Gosling. I love the Wolfman is actually my favorite monster. What's your favorite monster, Mothman?
My favorite monster? I've always gravitated to the creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't know why.
That's my favorite one.
It might be just because he looks freaking cool. I think it might be it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually Zach's favorites as well. Mine is the Wolfman. I just like the mythos of somebody turning into a werewolf. It's just creepy and cool and badass. I'm all in for this. I don't know what else to say. Yesterday, I showed my dad Blade Runner 2049 for the first time for him. Which is one of my favorite. Cool. He loved it. He really loved it.
I tried getting my dad to watch it, and he said it was boring.
Yeah, Yeah,
thinks
my
the
dad probably
original is
thinks boring
boring.
too.
Well, you know, it's funny. So my dad, he showed me the original trilogy when I was really young, and we loved it. But the prequels, no, just he's never been a fan of anything else Star Wars has ever created. So, because I did a marathon a couple months back, so now he's doing a marathon because he doesn't remember any of these. So he watched 1, 2, and he just finished 3, which I remember he took me to the theaters to see 3, and this dude fell asleep in it. Just completely fell asleep. But I was talking to him, he goes, you know, Star Wars is like pizza. Pizza's always good. It's just not always the best. I said,
yeah, it's a good analogy.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Usually it was Star Wars that's in that analogy with pizza.
The best thing about this though is so we're sitting there at the dinner table and my girlfriend's there and she loves Star Wars, but he's talking about Phantom Menace and he goes, "Who the fuck likes Jar Jar Binks?" And she loves Jar Jar Binks. And like her face was just like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
I'm gonna go to war with this man right now.
Literally, like he's like, "I just don't get it. Who likes Jar Jar Binks? Who would ever like?" He's like, "That's the most annoying character." And then he starts like imitating him.
I love you so much.
Yeah, but I mean, but off the topic, just had to mention that.
What are your thoughts?
Get off your chest.
Ryan Gosling as the Wolfman.
Who did you want opinion first?
You.
Me? Oh, that's fucking amazing. That's literally amazing. I just bought Invisible Man. I love that movie. There is no director for this yet.
No.
That is still the thing that worries me. I need to see who the director is because Ryan Gosling's always gonna be great, but he's also been in movies that aren't the best. But he's always great in them. The thing that gets me so excited about this is one, the concept. He's a news anchor, and they said they're taking from the tone of Nightcrawler, one of my favorite films from the past decade.
That sounds dope.
I'm sold on that. And I think Ryan Gosling needs a role like this. I think it's gonna be cool to kind of see. Because I imagine him kind of being like the character from Ides of March. Or is it Ides of March?
Yeah,
that film mixed with Crazy Stupid Love. Because a lot of the past acting he's done in the last couple of movies have been a lot of monotone stuff and more subtlety, which is fine. That I love. He's really good at that. But when he's more charismatic, that's what I want to see him be. And then having to go through this transformation of this Wolfman is insane. And I mean, we all know this is gonna be R. We all know this is gonna be R, and he's gonna end up. Could it be like a Joker scenario? He flips the switch right on set and just starts murdering everyone.
That would be for a really cool
it'd
set.
be cool, but it's cool because he's technically gonna be the protagonist and the antagonist, and I think that's the most coolest thing about this. So I'm really interested. Who would you guys want to direct this real fast? If you could choose one director.
I was thinking, have you guys seen Sweetheart?
No.
It's this movie with Kirstie Clemens. It's she's stuck on an island by herself with this aquatic creature that's trying to kill her.
I've never seen it, but
and the director of that is J.D. Dillard. And this guy I think this guy has a bright future, and I think he works well with creature effects, and he knows how to build suspense. So that's my pick.
Okay, I'll have to watch. It's on Netflix. I'll have to watch that.
It is on Netflix, right? Yeah.
94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy shit!
It's a fun movie. I think it's like an hour and a half too. Like it's not even a long movie.
Really? And I like QC Clemens. She's really good.
Yeah, she's great in that.
From what year did it come out?
2019. That's what it just said.
Oh, okay. That's really
damn. Why did no one talk about this?
Oh my god, yeah.
Very big sleeper movie.
That's cool.
By the way, speaking of nobody talked about this, Zach, I found out that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in the movie last year, and nobody's talking about it either.
Oh, wait, I know what movie.
Oh, 7,500. Yeah, I actually just got the screener for it.
Okay.
So I'm excited to watch it. I honestly thought this was a movie that was filmed. I literally looked all the production stuff up. I'm like, was this filmed 5 years ago? And now it's finally coming out. It was filmed in 2017, so that was literally his most recent film he's done.
That was after Snowden.
Yeah, so I miss him acting. Can you just act more, Mr. JG?
Yeah, he's so focused on hit record right now. That's all he does.
I know he was supposed to do that musical comedy, R-rated musical comedy with Channing Tatum, and I'm like, what happened to that? I want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't even like musicals.
He's gonna be in a movie. He's gonna be in this movie about Chicago as a Aaron Sorkin directed movie about the Chicago trial.
Yeah,
he's in it.
I forgot what it's called. Yeah, he's one of the. It's like him and Anthony Mackie. I think
the Chicago 7. I think.
Yes.
The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, Trial of Chicago. Oh my God, he's gonna be in that.
I think he's one of the leading actors in that.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen, Jeremy Strong, John Carroll. Dude, holy shit! This Abdul Mateen II. Holy crap!
Yeah.
This is an excellent cast. That's a great cast. And I just watched Molly's Game for the first time. That was great.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Fantastic.
He was also in Knives Out last year as that voice.
On the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I actually hope he's a main character in the next Knives Out.
Yeah.
He could definitely. You play well into a mystery genre movie.
Dude, he'd do so good. I mean, Don John is fucking excellent. I love Don John so much.
Don John is great.
I haven't watched that in a while. I have to watch that again.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that movie.
Really good. Maffman, what are your thoughts on Ryan Gosling?
I like this idea. I was thinking though when I first heard this of like this really deep synth 80s musical score with Ryan Gosling just kind of staring out into like the moonlight as he turns into a werewolf, and you hear like, I don't know, it's like kind of like in the aesthetic of Drive. But I do want to see more of like a Nice Guys, Remember the Titans, Ryan Gosling coming out of this, where it's like you see like this charismatic guy who you see on the news, kind of like a Ron Burgundy type, who really like literally
and figuratively. San Diego.
Remember, he will read anything you put on that teleprompter.
God, that movie is so fucking funny.
But yeah, it would be cool to see him figuratively and literally like unleashing something charismatic and frightening, because we don't really see that side of Ryan Gosling. You get pieces of it in other movies, but he mostly has been more straight-laced, kind of just laser-focused, monotone acting, which works for the movies that he's in. But it would be cool to see him. We do need to see who's going to direct this too, because they'll play a key role in how.
And right now they're setting it up pretty well, because like Dracula is going to be directed by Catherine Kumasama, who
I can't wait for that.
I love. I didn't love her last film, but The Invitation was literally amazing. And then she did some episodes of From the Outsider, which was great too. Other than just her, I would, because there's been talks that James Wan, Jordan Peele, who else? There's like one more big director,
John
Krasinski, who have all had talks to do something with Universal, and they've all thrown out their pitches. Apparently James Wan is like his version of Frankenstein, where kids find out about their neighbor making a Frankenstein monster, which kind of reminds me of Monster House. I'm like, I would love to see James Wan do a movie like that. Jordan Peele is rumored to be Creature from Black Lagoon, which, holy shit, that would be amazing. Could you imagine a Creature from Black Lagoon? And he's eyeing there's been rumors that he's eyeing Will Smith for that role, which sign me even more up. That'd be great. And then John Krasinski, could he be the one directing Wolfman?
Probably. His latest movie is damn good, guys. Let me tell you that. Sorry,
Zach, he's already seen A Quiet Place too. So.
Oh my God.
I saw it right before it got delayed.
The review is waiting on my desktop. Let me show you. Hang on.
That's amazing.
Okay, screen sharing. Hang on. Okay, here we are. Let me show you.
He likes to show this off all the time. It makes me pissed.
I'm gonna put this down as well.
I can only imagine.
So here's
got 3 more months. 3 more months to go.
Thumbnail, as you can see, the thumbnail is already good to go.
I'm waiting.
Are you building suspense right now?
Hang on, I put you down. Okay. It's sharing now.
Dun.
Okay. Fuck, it's not opening. Well, okay. Oh well.
We'll take your word for it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I do hope he's the one directing Wolfman, to be honest. He would be a really good fit.
Yeah,
it would work. I could see his aesthetic working with that.
Just don't get like a Michael Bay or like. I feel like Ryan Gosling's gonna have a major part in who gets directing, though. To be honest, just because I feel like he's one of. What if we see Refren or Nicholas Winding?
I thought about that too. If they put him, would they let him? Would they give him full control though?
That's the thing, and I don't think you would want to work with a big studio. Before you brought John Krasinski up,
remember he's supposed to do Batman. He was supposed to do Batman at one point.
He was Batman
or Batgirl? Yeah, one of the two. He had a whole script. Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm pretty. Yeah, he was gonna do one.
That's interesting to me. I never thought he would want to work in that.
Yeah,
in that genre.
But before you brought Krasinski up, when
he had a Batgirl script, and he still wants to direct it. He said last year.
That's so weird. That's so weird to me.
That would be a crazy movie. I can already imagine.
What's your guys' favorite film by him?
Winding Refn.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's Neon Demon. I
was a
love
good one,
Neon
too.
Demon.
I love Neon Demon.
Yeah,
But
even
It's a
I
trippy
don't get
movie.
the hate on Only God Forgives either. I don't mind that one. I think it's good.
That one's good. It's solid.
Yeah.
I have to watch it
still-
again, but I hated it watching it the first
I still
time.
need to see his show he came out with last year with Miles Teller though.
Oh yeah.
I heard that was really good.
On Amazon.
What?
You haven't heard about it? He directed. It's like a 9-episode show.
Huh. I have not heard anything about this. At least that I know of. What's the name?
It's called Too Old to Die Young.
Oh, that's
10
his
episodes.
show? I
Yep,
thought that
he
was
wrote it, directed it, edited it. He created the whole thing.
Huh. That's really cool.
The only thing that's kind of is like I saw some episodes were like an hour and a half, and another one was like an hour. Like I'm like, fuck, that's like a 10-hour. That's like a 10 to 13-hour movie of his.
That's like that's what he would do. It sounds exactly what he would do if he had a TV show.
100%. Oh, 100%. You know who else would be a really good Wolfman director is Robert Eggers.
Robert Eggers.
That would be that would be really cool. He would never. He's too busy with Nosferatu if he's still making that movie. By the way,
yeah, I hope he still is. But then he said, "Is this next one he's doing is the Viking one?" I think that Nosferatu one we're gonna get is probably gonna be his like passion project.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll do this Viking one, which God, it just sounds amazing already.
Sounds awesome, yeah.
Like, could this be just a God of War film in disguise? Maybe, but who knows? But in general, I think that'll probably be his next one after that. I think he's been trying to develop it for so long. I wonder if it's like a rights issue thing.
It could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he is technically a vampire, so it could be. I don't know if that's not universal, but it might be something else.
So, it'll be interesting. So
that's true. I will say I would actually go with another director that would be really good for Wolfman would be David Lowery.
Yes.
Ghost Story.
Okay.
Green Knight.
Green Knight, which I really want to see.
Dude, I'm still so mad that like I get why South by Southwest got canceled, but I was so mad. I got a ticket for it. They were gonna let me come see it, and then everything happened, and I'm like.
Now it's indefinitely delayed. We don't even know if it's when it's coming out.
Probably next year. I think a lot of these smaller movies are going to come out next year, just because. And I don't want. I really hope they don't push it to VOD because I do not want to. A24 movies are so special in the theater.
Yeah,
so.
and they're experienced.
That would fight for a theatrical release.
Oh, totally.
99% of the time, at least. So, gentlemen, I'm guessing it's a consensus. We are all knighting this choice.
100%. This is like one of the most exciting news topics to come out in the last month.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. This next topic is interesting, and I will start because I need to tell you a little story about this topic. So, Evan Peters is cast in a secret role in WandaVision. The role hasn't come out. Of course, there are a lot of speculation. There's a lot of speculation. When this came out, like with Screen Rant and Collider and IndieWire and everyone else reporting on it, I sent this over to Zach because a lot of times we just send out news to each other as they come out. And Zach reacted accordingly to the news. He was like, holy shit, I cannot believe this. And everyone on Twitter was reacting like that as well. When I first saw this news, I was like, oh, that's cool. But everyone was flipping out, and I'm like, I didn't realize people liked Quicksilver this much.
Not Quicksilver. I love Evan Peters. I love Evan Peters.
Hang on. The thing is, only after a while, like 5 minutes after looking at the reactions and looking at the news, I was like, oh shit, this is the Fox Quicksilver, not the Age of Ultron Quicksilver. That's why everyone is
toast.
So, I mean, the question I posed to both of you, do you think there is a chance he could be playing Quicksilver?
Minimal. Tiny.
Minimal.
Very small.
So what do you think he's playing?
There's a chance. I feel like because Evan Peters he's a very big TV actor right now. He's always in the Ryan Murphy shows that he makes for American Horror Story. And I feel like he's been working very prolifically in television.
Yeah.
So they could have just gotten him because they just thought he was a great actor to put in this show. But I do think there is a very obvious correlation there. Obviously, it's like if you follow news and they'll be like, yeah, he obviously played.
I wonder if it wasn't supposed to be. I wonder if this wasn't supposed to come out. Like this had to have been a secret. Just like all the Ahsoka, Rex stuff like that for Mandalorian season 2 that also probably wasn't supposed to come out. And whoever is leaking this shit, God, Disney's like probably fucking looking for them. Like
this guy's gonna die.
I know.
You gotta lock his doors, go in a panic room. I just like change his name.
Literally, like whoever's been leaking all this stuff, and it's probably the same person. It's the same person getting paycheck on paycheck from people. Hey, what else you got about the Mandalorian season 2? Who else?
Here's a wad of cash. Here's $1,000. Thanks.
Please just throw it towards me.
I think he's making a cameo appearance as Quicksilver, but he's also playing another role that is more of a regular type.
And I could see that since it's dealing with the multiverse, I could see them doing that. I actually have a feeling Aaron Taylor Johnson's going to be in here too.
Oh yeah,
that would make sense.
And I know he's come out and said that he wanted to play more Quicksilver, but and then someone asked him about this, and people were like, "Oh, he won't be in it," because he's like, "Oh, I wasn't asked to do it." Like he's gonna tell you, like he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I was on the set for like 3 weeks." Yeah, I mean,
they're all trained to say the same exact thing for every single
absolutely.
project.
Unless you're Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, he doesn't give a
shit. Yeah, Tom Holland I think does it on accident though. I think Mark Ruffalo just doesn't give a fuck.
I would say Tom Holland is 50-50. I'll give you that.
But also, I think sometimes when Tom Holland does it, it's on purpose. Like
part of it is it's like a stick now for him.
Yeah, which is fine. And I think even some of these reports do kind of come out through the studio. Studio will leak it to someone and be like, "Hey, go do something with this. Just get it out there
for you to give to the people."
So I think it's interesting. But I am with you. I mean, if there's no Quicksilver joke with him, come on, it's a missed opportunity. But honestly, this is my most anticipated Disney Plus show right now. I am so excited for WandaVision.
After What If, I agree with you.
What about you, Mothman? What's like the one that's in development right now? Because I mean, Moon Knight would probably be my number one, but they haven't filmed or any of that yet. So out of Loki, What If, WandaVision, and Winter Soldier, which one?
Yeah, I feel like they're all such diverse, weird shows. But I think I'm more excited for Bucky and the Winter Soldier project, just because I really like the Winter Soldier and I like Anthony Mackie as Falcon. I want to see, and Baron Zemo is the villain in it.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing. And I don't care about comic accuracies, but him having the hood now is like it's really enticing me a lot.
Dude, when they had at Comic-Con when he like pulled his hood down, everyone like flipped the fuck out at San Diego. Cool. Like everyone, like he literally pulls it down, and everyone's like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Here we go. Yeah, I do like. I mean, the idea of this show I think is the most interesting though. If it's being like a sitcom, but it's all on Scarlet Witch's head, and she's kind of like we're still going to learn a lot more, obviously. But the initial idea of it, like this, it could be this really psychological thing. I'm really excited for that.
I hope she's still a major part in Doctor Strange. I know they announced that she was, and I'm hoping they don't change that too much because I think her and Doctor Strange really would work perfectly with one another.
Yeah, I think she'll.
Yeah, they haven't interacted much yet. Yeah,
the main supporting role. That is.
So I guess we'll find out. But I'm knighting this. I love this.
I'm knighting it as well, Mothman.
Knight it.
100%. That this is a very show full of consensus today, and I think we'll have another one right here because the Batman, gentlemen, it's back on track. It's going back to filming in London.
Yep. Is it happening now, or they're just preparing?
I think they have the rights to go back any second now.
And they will be resuming filming like in the next 2 weeks, something like that. How are you feeling about this, Mothman?
I like this. We were getting a lot of information from this movie when they were filming. We got the suit, which I think was a really cool reveal. By the way, we saw a little bit of Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I forgot if we saw anybody else on set. Like from this movie that we got leaked.
We got a lot of like props and stuff. Like you see the giant balloons that you would see in like Arkham games and stuff. They had those on set. Nothing with Zoe Kravitz yet. Which I have a feeling we'll probably get this. I think for all the main actual reveals, I think we'll actually get test footage like the Batman stuff. Like how Matt Reeves did. I think we'll get a Catwoman one. Yeah.
No, Warner Bros. Has found a really cool way of revealing things with that and showing like test footage and like makeup and all that.
And especially for a big character like this that everyone's excited about, I think we're gonna see we're gonna get a test footage of Zoe Kravitz coming out in the Catwoman suit, which still is very exciting. I didn't love the choice initially. I really wanted Ana de Armas to play her, but Zoe Kravitz is an excellent actress. Excellent. She's so good in what is the show? Pretty
High Fidelity.
I haven't seen that. It's the one on HBO. Big
Fidelity.
Big Little Lies. Yeah, so she's great in there, but I'm also excited to see Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I mean, that's just excellent. And then Paul Dano as the Riddler is the most obvious choice that I would have never picked. Like, what a perfect casting.
He's not in enough like big movies, so it's cool to see him in a big project like this.
And he's supposed to be the main villain of this. I mean, that's the main villain that they're supposedly saying is that Riddler is going to be the big part. Everyone wanted the Riddler part. So it's exciting, and this is my most anticipated film for the next like 2 years. I mean, they could announce Toy Story 5 tomorrow, and I love Toy Story, but I would pick Batman over Toy Story.
Yeah,
and that's saying a lot.
I do think in terms of just like they're going back to filming, it is, as long as they're safe with it. I wonder how they're going to approach shots they have on storyboard. If they have any intimate moments that they want to shoot, if they're going to save those for later on, or what they're going to do a lot of establishing shots and wide shots and try to take care of that first before they really delve into. Because I don't know what they're going to be able to do now.
That is interesting.
Since there's a lot more, it depends on what Matt Reeves is trying to do with these characters, especially with like Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle. If they're going to be intimate in this movie, can they be intimate now? Can they shoot that without having trouble? Or like, that's what I'm wondering.
They were talking about that with The Walking Dead, I remember, and Greg Nicotero said, we're still trying to figure out how we'll do the next season. How are you supposed to have a guy dressed as a zombie get right in someone's face?
Yeah.
So that's
temperature check, I guess, and just
and it depends, because if they're still shooting like a lot of outside scenes and like wide shots of big chases and things in the outside really, and they're actually shooting it outside, they still have to take care of all of that, because they'll leave the more controllable environments for the last things that they shoot for this movie.
It's gonna be interesting, and seeing that this is going to be one of the first films to kind of get back into production. It's really unique. I mean, it's finally everything's starting to kind of open back up. And I mean, these studios are going to take it to the best possibilities. Like, they want it to be safe. And again, no one wants everything to be shut down again. I mean, no one does.
No, it'll make things worse.
Absolutely. I mean, and I don't think they will. I think there will probably become a point where we probably should, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because people are stupid. But,
But because of all this, ladies and gentlemen, now we know no more sex scenes in movies.
Never again.
Yeah, sorry, James Franco. Sorry, James Franco.
Nice.
I'm guessing we're knighting this, gentlemen?
Knight this.
Three-way knighting?
Yes.
That sounded very
Very excited for this.
All right, our last news topic is directly correlated to something we talked about last week. JJ is rumored to be... He's rumored to be making a Superman movie, whether he's directing and producing, or just producing, or directing, writing, producing, whatever. He's in charge of a Superman movie. Now, last week we talked about how Henry Cavill will be coming back for roles outside of a Superman movie and be in supporting roles or cameos, but I couldn't be happier about this. Even though JJ did Rise of Skywalker, which I still liked, but I understand the issues with it, the fact that we get the talks of Henry Cavill with Warner Bros. To come back as Superman, and now we get this, I don't think it's a coincidence. Maybe I'm being super optimistic because I love Man of Steel so much and Henry Cavill as Superman so much, but this news has me pumped at possibilities. What if JJ produces and he brings back Zack Snyder to do yet another Superman movie after the Snyder Cut? Possibilities are endless. Maffman, how are you feeling about this?
Yeah, there's a lot of broad strokes you could paint through this lens here, and it depends on what they do. I wouldn't mind a J.J. Abrams directed, if they make a direct sequel to Man of Steel, which I appreciate more as time goes on. I don't love the movie. I don't really like it that much, but I appreciate a lot of elements of it. Henry Cavill's great as the character, so it's great to see that he's coming back too, apparently. I think, but JJ, as long as he doesn't do any, I can't see, because he's big on the mystery box. I don't know how, if he directs a movie out, I don't want him to do his whole mystery box shtick for this. I know he was supposed to direct a movie Flyby years ago.
Well, he was supposed to do Superman. Wasn't he supposed to do a Superman?
Yeah,
he wrote one
before Bryan Singer did.
And the ending was terrible. The ending was terrible.
Of the script.
Yeah, the ending was terrible. It's out there. It's Lex Luthor turned out to be a Kryptonian. He flies off in the sky.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah,
that's one way to put it.
That would have made a lot of people raise their eyebrows, to say the least.
100%.
But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this yet exactly, but I do like his involvement because he's off of Star Wars now. Obviously, he's going to move on to a different property, but I do want to hear more before I really care, I guess, invest more in this. But for Warner Bros., I think this is probably a step in the right direction, especially in bringing back a character. People have been clamoring for a new Man of Steel Superman movie for this whole time, and people want to see that idealistic Superman come into play. I think he could really help idolize that vision. Whatever he does.
I think once the Zack Snyder cut comes out, we're going to get a lot more word on what's going on with Cyborg, Flash, Superman, Batman. We already know what's going on. And then going on further with Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I know there's reports that Cavill's in talks to be in a guest role on a movie, and I think that'll most likely be Shazam 2. I think if it's not Shazam 2, I would be utterly shocked if it wasn't, because that's the film that makes the most sense because of the ending.
Yeah.
So, but I do not want J.J. Abrams directing a fucking Superman movie. I don't want him directing anything. I think he's a great producer. I do not want him directing anything anymore, though. I think when it comes to directing, I love Force Awakens. I'll defend the shit out of that movie. And I really liked Rise of Skywalker, too. I think he's fun at the very blockbuster-ish stuff and having fun. But when it comes to Man of Steel, I want that thought-provoking kind of nature as well. And I'm not saying Zack Snyder did that with Man of Steel, but he made me love the Superman character when I never used to love Superman. Like, he made me respect this character more and brought it into a more gritty nature where, like, same thing with Captain America. I didn't love Captain America when he was coming into the scene. The movies made me love the character. He wasn't this Boy Scout. And that's kind of my opinion on Superman. I always thought he used to be this Boy Scout, but he's not anymore. He's a badass. He's a badass. Like, snapping Zod's neck, I was all for that. Fucking snap it. Rip it off if you have to. I don't give a shit. So I would prefer Zack Snyder to honestly come back and do a second one. I don't think he will. I think we would have more of a chance of Zack Snyder doing an animated Justice League film, finishing off his story, than anything else. But personally, if I want Matthew Vaughn to direct a Superman film. I think Matthew Vaughn has the talent to do so. I kind of want him to be done with these Kingsman films. I love the Kingsman movies, but just let someone else do them for right now. He really pushes for them. I wish he would have done the same for Kick-Ass too, but definitely I think he's the director that I would really like to see. Or honestly, bring in someone new. Bring in some independent director and let them take on Superman.
I'll give you someone. Even though this person has directly stated that because he's seen how vicious and violent the people are. If they don't like a movie made in their fandom, they will lash out at you. So he's publicly stated he'll never do it. But things change. I'm still praying for Superman specifically. I would bring in Christopher McQuarrie from the Mission Impossible movies.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Yeah.
I love that. James Gunn got offered it too. He got told he could do whatever he wanted, and he picked Suicide Squad, which I agree. I don't know if I would love him doing a Superman movie. But
it's
definitely
more the valley to do Suicide Squad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but definitely I love Man of Steel. I mean, it's my favorite DCU film. So I hope this is kind of in the right direction, and I hope it works out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm more for him, like you're saying, curating a project than really taking on it completely. I think it would work better if he helps other people, brings other people, like maybe a protege or somebody, to make this, if they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I will say this, though. I think he's a better director than he is a writer. Like, if he directs something that he hasn't written, like The Rise of Skywalker is a very well-directed movie for me. The writing is just... it's dumb and thinks it's smart.
Well, that's actually true. I mean, maybe JJ gets a fantastic script and I'll be fine with him directing it. I just want another Man of Steel. I want to see Cavill come back, man. I mean, that's really all I care about at this point. Like I said, I didn't grow up with the Reeves films. Like, I like them, but I didn't grow up with them enough. So definitely, like, I want to see him. But like, when it comes to Justice League Unlimited and stuff like that, I always love this character. I just want to see a good interpretation of him, and I think this is the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. All right, gentlemen, are we all knighting? This is a rumor, so are we knighting this possibility of having a new Man of Steel?
I'll knight that possibility. Yeah,
I'm knighting it, and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna go to Warner Brothers and throw Toby Emmerich in the dungeon.
I'll be there with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think the main event is all of your questions. So let's get to the topic at hand. Let's decide which are the top 10 Star Wars characters. Before we get to that, Maffman, just really quick, what's the best Star Wars movie for you?
Best Star Wars movie? It's always been Empire, and it'll never be tops for me. If a movie ever tops Empire, it'll be smack me in the head. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
I really hope the next Star Wars film is now the best one ever.
Oh,
so I can take a clip of you saying that, and then just take a clip of someone smacking someone.
Somebody get ready. Get your pen hand.
Anyone can take it now. It's out there. It's on the internet.
Yes.
Do it.
That's your favorite too, right, Zach?
Yeah, Empire's my favorite, and then Force Awakens. I think Empire's just the one that made me fall in love, but it's so tough because I take Star Wars with the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I love everything Star Wars, even the bad stuff. And it's always tough when you do another rewatch because there's things I love about with Revenge of the Sith that make it possibly one of my favorites. A New Hope sneaks its way up there sometimes and beats out Force Awakens, so it's tough. But Empire, I think, is definitively the best made Star Wars film. I would even say Last Jedi is also one of the best made. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of the best made. So yeah, I love Star Wars.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi for me, easily. The finale of the original trilogy. All right. Yeah, it's just good. 99% of the time I look at the original trilogy as one movie because it genuinely feels that way to me. If I have to rank them, I will say Return of the Jedi, Empire, and A New Hope, and I fucking love them all. All three are perfect to me.
So I have a question, Ren. Did you love when the Ewoks showed up at Rise of Skywalker? Because I did.
Ewoks are vicious fucking creatures. Will impale you and then eat your guts and brains.
You don't fuck with Ewoks.
Dude, I want them to make another Ewok movie. I want them to make another Ewok movie.
Well, that's another conversation.
A whole movie?
Yeah. I want the Mandalorian to deal with Ewoks.
You want him to kill him like he killed Jawas in Mandalorian?
I wouldn't want him to kill. I want him to join them.
Okay.
Train one to be a Mandalorian. Put a helmet on one. Have it run around.
Yep.
See?
All right. Zach, you want to start us off with your list?
Okay, so Mothman, just so you know, how we're gonna argue who should be in the top 10. Okay. So how about we do this?
You're gonna hate my list then for the first half. Then
so we're gonna do how we're gonna do this pretty much is Ren's gonna do we'll all share our top 10s and then we'll go 10 to up and argue that. Can someone else go first though? I forgot a character and I need to add him in. I need to kick someone else out.
I'll start. I wanna get Mothman last.
Okay.
So number 10, Ahsoka Tano. Number 9, Chewbacca.
Okay.
Number 8, Rey. Number 7, Palpatine. Number 6, Leia. Number 5, Han Solo. Number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 3, Kylo Ren. Number 2, Luke Skywalker. Number 1, the greatest villain of all time in cinema history, Darth Vader.
Okay.
This is going to be... Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, I forgot somebody that you mentioned on your list. So I'm like, why didn't I put him on my list?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to be fucked because my list is completely different than yours. Mothman, you go real fast too. Share your top 10.
All right. This first half, you're going to be like, was he smoking crack before he made this list? But all right. Number 10, Muff Tack. Number...
What?
I'll explain later. Number 9, Jar Jar Binks. Number 8, God. Boba Fett. Number 7, Han Solo. Number 6, Kylo Ren. Number 5, Ahsoka Tano. Number 4, ridiculous, Luke Skywalker. 3, Yoda. 2 is Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker. I think they're the same character.
Yeah.
And 1 is Princess Leia.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for mine? Okay, so I have 2 honorable mentions. It's General Grievous and Chewbacca. I love both those characters. I love Grievous. I literally think he's one of the most fascinating characters. I just wish they did more with him.
They should have.
Yeah. Number 10 is Rey. And I know I just put out a top 10 Star Wars character video, but this list has already changed. So fuck you if you think I'm inconsistent. You try making it and then make another one. My number 9 is all the droids. K2SO, BB-8, C-3PO, R2-D2, Droney.
Is that cheating?
It's not. Fuck you. I can't cheat. They're all amazing.
If you put C-3PO and R2-D2 together, I can accept that.
And BB-8. I have to argue BB-8 in there. I think BB-8's more essential at this point than fucking R2-D2 was.
Fine, I'll give you that one. But every fucking droid, that's
even R5
any of the assistants, because think about it, half these droids, when they're partnered with them, they're the reason that shit gets done. Without these droids, everyone would lose. They would die. And also R2-D2 wouldn't have taken Anakin to Mustafar. So there's that. He should be.
When you include all droids,
number 8 is Commander Rex. Okay. 7 is Luke Skywalker. 6 is Princess Leia. 5 is Han Solo. 4 is Kylo Ren. The best Star Wars villain. The best portrayed Star Wars villain. Best acted, I would say. Number 3 is Ahsoka Tano. Number 2 is Darth Vader / Anakin. And number 1 is Darth Maul.
Ooh, no.
Fuck you guys.
I can tell you very much.
All right.
You can't have Darth Maul number 1.
It's my personal favorite, so fuck you.
I know.
Okay, so we got to argue with number 10. So my number 10 was Rey.
My number 10 is
okay. Mine is Muff Tack.
So I love you, man. But Muff Tack, no one else is.
I know. But I have a good reasoning for it.
What's your reasoning? I gotta hear this real fast.
So I think when you all right. When you think about the Finn,
this fucking. Oh my fucking God.
When you think about the Finn of Star Wars characters, when I want top 10,
I just can't. It's like a good choice. It's just so off the like.
You think of the background characters, right? One of the quintessential things about Star Wars is the background characters. People you don't see talking, sometimes people who do talk, and people make fandoms and like whole things out of characters who get literally split seconds of screen time. And the character that represents that the best is Muff Tack, because you see him, you go to the cantina in New Hope, and you see all these random weird ass motherfuckers hanging out. You see Satan for some reason is there too. Then you got this big abominable snowman guy with 4 eyes, and you're like, who the fuck is this? And it's Muff Tack, as you found out in the 1990s. And this is a character that has become a very popular character in the background, and people love him.
I'm looking behind me because I have a pop of him somewhere. I just can.
I want you to know you can buy a life-size Cantina Muff Tack statue.
Yes, then I should do that then.
You should. I was waiting for you to be like, "Hey, he's actually right here." Fucking pull him in.
Yeah, I have him right next to me. He's my totem pole, so to speak. But yes, because he represents the background of Star Wars for me. He is the character that you go, yes, that's the guy in the background who looks really weird and cool. I want to know more about him. And that's Star Wars, baby. Muff Tack. But I know he's going to...
Ren, I don't know about you. He just made a fucking good argument for why Muff Tack should be in the top 10.
He did, but I'll tell you what. Chewie also represents the background, as he's also a creature made with a suit that an actor is using.
But Muff Tack, man... I don't know. He just kind of convinced me on why Muff Tack should be. Okay, so let's put it this way. I think number 10 needs to be for a supporting role. I don't think Ahsoka deserves to be number 10. I think she should be higher. I would argue she should be higher at this point.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So 2 out of 1. Sorry.
Let me get a pen.
So in a sense, just by the way, Mothman, my girlfriend just texted me and said she's so excited that you put Jar Jar in the top 10.
Oh, thank you. I have good reasoning for that too, I think. Hopefully she understands.
She would be. It's like her number 1.
Wow.
Zach, tell your girlfriend he's not going to stay in the top 10.
I don't know. I'll actually, Mothman, I'll ask you this. Would you rather Muff Tack or Jar Jar in the top 10?
It would be the ultimate betrayal if I didn't say Muff Tack. No, it's Jar Jar Binks. No, it's Jar Jar Binks. I'm kidding.
Okay, so how about we put Muff Tack to the side? And maybe he becomes like an 11 or 12. Like we do 2 honorable mentions.
Let him have his drink. With his friends.
We'll let him have his drink. So number 10, I think should be Chewbacca. I even though Chewie wasn't my top 10, I would argue Chewie should be number 10. I think he's a great assist to everyone. He kind of does what the droids also do. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm cool with that.
That's
a good. That's pretty good.
That was really good. So so Chewbacca's officially on number 10, correct?
Yeah, and he's also he's an iconic character. But people who don't know Star Wars know who Chewbacca is.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that says enough.
They call him the bear, and then I punched him in the mouth.
Absolutely. I still can't believe you said Muftak. I just can't believe you just convinced me that Muftak should be a top 10 Star Wars character. But you somehow did.
Today I'm birthing the new revolution for Muftak today. It starts.
I would legitimately argue to put him at my number 1 now.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just joking. Okay, number 9. So number 10 is Chewbacca. Number 9, I have all the droids, which we would just say C-3PO, R2-D2, and BB-8, as one. I would put. What about you guys? You had?
I had
Jar
Chewie,
right?
9.
And I have Jar Jar.
Okay, so I would argue number 9. Fuck. What do you guys think, Ren?
I have Rey at number 8. I'm willing to put her in number 9.
I'm willing to put her at number 9 too. Mothman.
So I'll argue really quick why Jar Jar should be number 9. But
Okay.
I'm okay with Rey being number 9. But I'll just say really quick. I think Jar Jar it's a character that people, when he first arrived on the scene, hated. I guess some people still don't like him, like your father, Zach. But and you, Ren. But I don't even like him that much either. But I think he's a character he kind of represents how over the span of time characters kind of develop a fan base and kind of like a adoration, so to speak, where even if you don't like them, I think kids who grew up with the character kind of like, and it's like kind of that thing where people could hate a character at first. I kind of it reminds me of Ahsoka Tano, which we'll talk about later, but over time they find this, I don't know, this kind of hard to put it into words, where they become a beloved character because of either kids who grew up with the character or because there was an evolution in the character via Clone Wars or something like novels and stuff like that. But I'm okay with Rey being there because she is the titular, the main character of the new trilogy. And I'm not a fan of where her story went, but what she represents for Star Wars, I'm cool with her being in this list.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put Jar Jar maybe as an honorable mention.
Okay.
Just because
He's
I
not
think
cool with that.
Just because I mean, growing up, I didn't hate Jar Jar, and even right now, I exaggerate a little bit too much about him. I don't hate him either. I think he's a fine character. I think when it comes to him, though, I think the biggest crime against it is that they didn't do anything else in particular with him in Clone Wars that helped his character anymore. You know what I mean? Phantom Menace he's fine with, but they've just completely treated him like shit. Where you could have done something cool, and I know there's rumors that he possibly could be in the Obi-Wan series, so. For all we know, the Obi-Wan series comes out, and he's in it, and he's a main character, and we say Jar Jar Binks is top 10 now.
Yeah, look out. It's coming. Watch the redemption of Jar Jar.
Hey, what if Muftak? What if Muftak's in it?
Hey, he's on Tatooine. He's never left Tatooine.
Shows up in Mandalorian Season 2, how excited will you be?
I will feel very vindicated. I will tell you that. I'll be very happy. But I don't know, he might have gray hair now, because who knows how old he is, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows if he's alive or dead. Maybe his son could be Muftak Jr. Takes over the reign, so we'll see what happens.
Dude, my God. I still can't get over that argument. So, I mean, honestly, I might argue that Muftak should be above Jar Jar. But
what have I done?
So let's say number 9 should be Rey. I think Rey, for what she symbolizes, especially for right now for little girls, this generation of kids, and in general, this generation of kids, Luke Skywalker is not their hero; it's Rey Skywalker, which I think is really cool. I think that's awesome. So that's cool.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So with number 9, so we got 10 being Chewie, number 9 being Rey Skywalker. Yeah. Who would we argue for number 8? I have Commander Rex for 8.
I have Boba Fett.
I have Palpatine at number 7, but I know we still have Ahsoka on hold. We're not putting Ahsoka over Palpatine.
No, I would. I would argue it.
I would.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think Palpatine's that intriguing of a villain, personally. I think he looks like a pedophile. Have you seen how he runs in Battlefield? He just runs like this.
I don't play Battlefront.
Very well acted.
Yes.
No, well, he looks very nefarious. But wait, now I'm thinking about his effect on the whole universe. But as a definitive Star Wars character, I don't know. because Ahsoka has had such a big evolution from beginning.
I agree with that, and I love her.
So, because I'm willing to put Commander Rex aside, maybe do him as an honorable mention too.
Yes.
Just because I think everyone's always liked Rex in a sense, and again, this could possibly change the second Mandalorian comes out. So if you watch Mandalorian season 2 and then you come watch this for some reason, you're like, your list is stupid. Well, it's different. So I guess the thing is Boba Fett or Palpatine. I'm ready to argue. I don't even think Boba Fett should be in it. I would be more okay with Palpatine just because Boba Fett is iconic. And if he is in Mandalorian season 2, it could change. But the thing is Palpatine has had a bigger overarching thing for the Star Wars. And if this is the definitive top 10 Star Wars list, it does feel weird to say, no, you can't put Palpatine in it. He would never be in my personal list, but I get why. So
yeah, no, I can see. I exactly what you're saying, Zach.
I will say this because I agree with you, Zach, that Boba Fett is not a great character, but I also have a love for him because of how cool he looks, and especially in the beginning of Return of the Jedi, he's awesome in that. But I will say,
yes.
Oh my god, I never realized I made that sound. But I will say that in terms of narrative importance, I think Palpatine wins out on this one.
So I'm going to argue this though: the droid's got to be on this top 10 list at some point in time. So is he above Are they above Palpatine, or are they below him? I think they should be above. They're more iconic.
No, I think they're below.
I think they're below too.
I think if I went to a random person on the street and said, "This man or these, who are more iconic?" I think they'd say the droids over the decrepit old pedophile.
But if you want to argue that, I'll also argue that Chewie is more iconic than the droids. So are they behind Chewie? Because that way they're the honorable mention.
Yeah, I think more people will care about Chewbacca than they would the droids. If you're talking about worldwide casual view.
I don't agree with that, but I'm not going to argue. So I guess the droid. Let's throw the droids as well to the honorable mention. And I guess Palpatine goes at number 8.
Okay.
So what do we have right now? 10 is Chewie. 9 is Rey. 8 is Palpatine. My number 7 is Luke Skywalker.
Okay, mine's Han Solo.
My number 7 is Palpatine. My number 6 is Leia. So the trio is all here.
Yeah. Okay. So out of this 3, I think 7 should be Luke.
I feel like he's too low.
He's too important. He's the whole story.
Fine. Yeah. I'm just being personal because I want Han Solo higher. All right. Han Solo should be this low then.
Oh, I want Han Solo.
I feel like Han is as great as he is because Harrison Ford is such a charismatic dude, and he's the movie star out of all these actors. Like, he's the guy who went on, and he's like, everybody knows Harrison Ford now. He's like an iconic movie actor when you think about movies in general. But the actual character of Han Solo, he's a what's the word I'm looking for? No good, stinky. No. Trying to think of the thing that Leia says to him in Empire. He's a nerf herder. He's a nerf herder.
Yeah. No good, stinking, something nerf herder.
Yeah. So let's make him number 7 then.
But
okay,
I will argue that Han Solo is more important than Leia only because at the end of New Hope, if he doesn't come back, they're dead. The rebellion is dead.
Well, and so that's also why I would also argue I love Carrie Fisher to death, and I fully
100%.
believe that she would have had an awesome role in Rise of Skywalker if she wouldn't have passed away. Yeah, which is kind of where I'm iffy because I feel like out of the 2, Luke Skywalker, Mark, and Han Solo have the higher element above her because they got more screen time in a sense.
I agree, but with no,
I feel like Carrie Fisher has a more broad impact on people than either 2 other actors have. I mean,
and that's why,
a lot of it you could definitely see through her passing and how much of an impact her passing had on people. So maybe it is a little bit of not a cheat, but you could see more of like how beloved she was as a person. But I do think like her character, she was the only main female role in the original trilogy, but she was the kind of break away from what you usually see in female roles in big sci-fi, just in general blockbuster movies. And she was like the first big like feminine role to really kick ass like that.
Yeah. Half-witted, scruffy looking Nerfers.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
how about this?
I'm willing to put Han Solo on here.
I'm willing to go Han Solo next, then Princess Leia, then Luke Skywalker.
I think we'll argue about Luke Skywalker. I don't know. I think it deserves to be higher.
Okay. So Han Solo, and then so we have Chewie 10, Rey 9, 8 is Palpatine, 7 is Han Solo.
Yes.
6 Princess Leia. You guys okay with that?
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're at number 5. So my number 5, was Han Solo, but I guess Luke Skywalker would probably get bumped up. So Darth Maul's not going to be on this list at all, right?
Maybe as an honorable mention.
Okay, so number 5.
I had Han Solo as well, so I'm going to mention my number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I don't have him at all on my list.
Hello there.
And that's because
not mine either. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and that was tough. I mean, he would have been one of my honorable mentions as well. When it comes to number 5, though, I would argue Luke Skywalker for that part.
For 4?
I really would. For 5.
Oh, for 5.
Yeah. I think, well, okay. If we're getting completely honest, Darth Maul should be number 5. I think this is a character
I can't put him above Leia.
He got cut in half. He got cut in half. Fine. What if he goes underneath them and goes right above Palpatine? And everyone else gets
there's a lot of cut in half arguments you can make. These puns you can make have been cut in half on this list.
Fuck it. I'm not going to win.
Shut it.
All right. Number 5, Ahsoka. How's Ahsoka? Number 5 should be Ahsoka or Kylo Ren.
I like that.
So who do we think is more important, Ahsoka or Kylo Ren? I think Kylo Ren is a better acted character, obviously, because we've only seen him in there. But I also think Ahsoka is more important than Kylo Ren, just because...
Even without Mandalorian, that she definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
I think number 5 Kylo Ren is more important. Really? Are we putting Ahsoka above Leia?
Fuck yes. 100% yes.
Wait, yeah.
I would argue her over her. This is a character that everyone fucking hated, and now we all love her. I mean,
I agree.
You can say that redemptive aspect of her character, and like
she's
how
such
fans
a cool
perceive her.
People freaked out when she was in Rebels. People freaked out in the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars because of her.
And her evolution of being a Jedi to not becoming a Jedi and kind of doing her own path is kind of like a blazing path that nobody's ever seen before.
Princess Leia didn't get that. Everyone always loved Princess Leia from the start. She was never that annoying damsel in distress. She was
always great.
Yes.
Ahsoka.
No, and that's the thing. But she got better. I would argue above her. I think she's more important to Star Wars now.
Yeah, we're in a new time. Things are changing.
So, Ahsoka, number 5. Sorry,
I'm gonna make Colby's words my own. So uncivilized.
You're uncivilized. You didn't wanna.
Fuck it.
Where's Thrawn? Why isn't Thrawn on this list?
Because nobody cares about Thrawn.
Hey.
Muff Tax should be higher than Thrawn.
How dare you?
I mean, we're getting to the top. I might let Muff Tack be number 1.
Do it.
Okay, number 4.
Upset the established order.
It is a democracy here. I mean, we could do a 2v1.
Okay, so number 4, I have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of the most important characters. He's one of the most essential.
Nah, Kylo Ren.
He's more important than Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He is. Kylo Ren is more important than Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's why
the thing is I don't think Obi-Wan is... I think if we're going to put Obi-Wan, he should be in Palpatine's place. I mean, or even Chewie's spot. I think Obi-Wan is a character that everyone loves, but I don't think there's enough there. Like,
he helped mold both heroes of the original trilogy and the prequels.
But did he, though?
Yes, he did.
He was a pretty shitty teacher to Anakin.
No, the Clone Wars don't say that.
He was a pretty shitty teacher.
No.
He's a terrible.
He was his brother. He loved them. Right. He was meant to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Only Sith deal in absolutes.
Mothman, what do you think about this, man?
This is conflicting because my list is like completely fucked. But Obi-Wan is an iconic character, obviously. But I don't know. He's he's had a big impact on the entire world of Star Wars, from the originals to the prequels to the Clone Wars. He's been around this whole time, And yes, you can argue about his personality and his educational traits and how he helps teach Anakin, or more like deceive Anakin to where he becomes in his ignorance, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know, because then also you're arguing Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor. Do you put them together? You're talking about the whole character in general. Because I would not. I would do Alec Guinness. I think Alec Guinness had a bigger impact. I think his stature as an actor.
I will say Ewan McGregor / James Arnold Taylor, who does the voice for Clone
He's really
Wars.
good too.
He is. I just don't. I mean, when it look, because we still have Kylo, Vader, and Luke to put on.
Yeah, that's the top 3 exactly.
It's who? It's Vader, Luke, and
Kylo and Luke.
I don't like Kylo being in the top 3.
I think
okay.
How dare you?
But I want
Kylo Ren goes number 4. So how about Kylo Ren goes number 4?
I could live with that.
You could live with that? Okay. So I when he comes back. Okay. How about Kylo Ren as number 4, Ren?
And we're putting Obi-Wan above him.
I mean, I would rather have Moff Tak at number 3.
Well, that's the obvious answer. That's the obvious answer.
But these decisions, okay? Just to make that clear, I do not like any of these decisions.
I just want to know why Kylo. I want to know why Kylo's so high.
Because he's one of the best. I think he's the best performance in any Star Wars film.
I agree with that.
Adam Driver's skills and his pathos with his character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just say we do it. Number 3 should be Moff Tak. Number 2 should be Luke Skywalker, and number 1 is Vader.
I agree with number 1 and 2.
Let's let Mothman choose. Jar Jar or Moff Tak decide.
Oh my god.
Misa don't like the pressure that's coming onto me.
Misa
right
don't like the pressure that is coming.
Hey, you know what's funny? We still don't even have fucking Yoda on here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's the honorable mention.
I don't know, man. I would argue Yoda.
That's where I feel like Yoda is the better master teacher character.
Yeah, I would rather have Yoda above Obi.
Okay, I can conceive that.
So Mothman, Yoda or Moff Tak?
Do you?
Yoda or Moff Tak? Number 3.
I have to choose. It's like choosing my children. God damn it. Yeah, keep Yoda in there.
All right, so Yoda number 3. 2
number 4.
Luke's, no, Kylo's number 4, I thought.
Oh, Kylo's number 4. Fine.
Number 2 is Luke or Vader?
Luke.
Yeah, I would say of those 2, it's Luke.
I'd say Luke, and then number 1's Vader.
Of course.
Okay, so right now, guys, our top 10 is number 10, Chewbacca. Number 9, Rey Skywalker. Number 8, I can't count. Number 7, Han Solo. Leia. Number 5, number 4, Kylo Ren. Number 2, and number 1. How's this?
Hang on, Zach. You were freezing a bit.
I was wondering if that was me too.
Okay, am I better now?
You look like this.
We can hear you, but we can't see you. Let me take you out.
There we go. There we go.
You back in.
Am I back?
A little bit.
Okay.
You move just for. Okay, we can hear
interfering with the servers.
Apparently, man. Apparently, is my screen still frozen?
No, you're moving.
The frame rate's improving a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's improving.
Cool. My internet must have had a stroke or something. So that's cool.
Actually, we have some people disagreeing with a lot of our decisions to check. Colby is saying that number 1 is
yeah, should have been. Could have been.
Number 1 is Babu Freak. Let's be honest.
Babu
Freak!
Hey!
Honestly, fuck. Can we do like another list where it's like top 10 most underrated Star Wars characters?
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Can that be the next list we all do together?
Muff Tax.
Muff Tax number 1.
He's taking that.
Muff Tax number fucking 1. Muff Tax number 1. Then Babu Freak.
Revenge of
the Muff Tax.
That's literally gonna be the podcast title. Revenge of Muff Tax.
And just a picture of him, just a picture of his eyes.
Literally.
All right, everyone. We have a little bit of time for your questions. So I know you've been sending some of them throughout the show. So just keep sending them all in and we'll answer as many as you can. We got Ryan O'Toole over here, everyone. Thank you for watching, Ryan. And his question, what's up, fellas? Hope all is well. Thank you very much. My question for you all is, what is your favorite film that starts with the first letter of your name? And I did research for this while we were doing the show, so I don't know if you have, but good luck.
I have mine. I have mine.
I have a movie off the top of my head.
Okay.
I have two.
Yeah, I have
to go first.
You want me to go first?
It doesn't matter, either of you guys.
Okay, Maffman, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, it includes my name. This is John Wick.
Oh my gosh!
There you go.
One of my favorite modern action movies of the past 10 years.
That's a great.
Keanu Reeves,
Which one?
One of my favorite actors. The first one. The first one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not the first
Ren?
one of the others. Honorable mention goes to Ratatouille, and number one, actually, with the first letter of my name, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
So jealous.
I like that.
So, with my name being with a Z, there's really only like 5 picks.
Z for Zechariah.
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind that movie. I don't mind that movie. It's tough because I can't choose between both, so I'm gonna say my honorable mention is Zombieland. I love Zombieland to death.
Oh, nice.
But my number one, Zodiac. I think Zodiac is the better made film, even though I don't own it. But I love Zodiac to death. So Zodiac.
That's really cool. All right. Deep in the Film Score asks, what do you think will happen in these Marvel Disney Plus shows? Like, I say let's choose. Yeah, I say let's choose one, and if we have some kind of speculation about a specific one of them, let's throw it out there.
Okay, so I think big things will happen, like gigantic things. I think people will die. People will get blown up. A lot of action scenes will happen. We'll have some cameos here and there. And definitely it'll feel like a Marvel.
You subscribe to the MCU.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. And I love it.
Maffman, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I think it would be nice and interesting to see these tie into the movies a little bit, but I don't need that. I guess it's not about what I think. What I do think will happen though is that these are going to be fun individual shows that focus on the characters that they're about, and whether you like them or not, I think they will be, because I think Kevin Feige is still really good at like holding down these characters and really making these movies and shows about who these characters are. So I think they're going to be fun. I think they're going to have some cameos too. Maybe you'll have end credit scenes in the shows at the end of every season, like at the end of the season or at the end of every episode, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that would be cool.
leading into every episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to have a big impact on the movies. I do think there'll be little things, little plot points that they like sprinkle in there. And I think that's the biggest impact that they might have on the movies, because I think you're alienating your audience if you put too much into the shows, also in the movies.
I think it's more of, hey, we know you like these characters. Let's expand on them a little bit more. And with the characters being introduced only in here, like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, who will eventually go to be in big supporting roles in the movies, those characters for me, I think, again, Moon Knight could show up in the Blade movie. If you watch the Moon Knight show, you'd be like, hey, I love that character. I know this, and this about him. And watching Blade, you care a little bit more about him. Now, then when you watch Blade, you're like, man, that Moon Knight character was really cool. I want to see more about him. Oh, there's a show? I'll go watch it. That's what's going to happen. I think that's honestly what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think for WandaVision specifically, I think she'll be like inspired by Captain America's decision to go live with Peggy in another decade. And she'll try to live with Vision in every decade possible, as we've seen teased in the trailer. But she will end up just suffering regardless of what decade she lives in with Vision.
Big announcement real fast. Selma is going to be free on all digital platforms through the rest of the month.
Nice.
Ava DuVernay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ava's a great director. I'm really excited for New Gods. I'm excited to see what she does.
She's still developing that?
Yeah.
Yep. We need that. We need that movie.
Me too.
All right. J. Colby P asks, have any of you watched any of these 3 shows? That 70s Show, Malcolm in the Middle, and Scrubs? If you have, what do you think of them? I have never seen either one of these.
I've seen pieces of every of them, but not enough to really have a developed answer in how I feel about them.
Scrubs, I've watched a majority of, but never finished. That 70s Show finished. Malcolm in the Middle I finished too. Malcolm in the Middle was probably the one I grew up with the most though. I really like that one. I think Scrubs is probably the funniest one out of all of them though.
I've always wanted to watch Scrubs.
Even though the last few seasons were kind of garbage, but isn't that every sitcom?
Yeah. Most of them.
You run out of ideas.
All right. Deep in the Film Score asks, no, it's not. It is. What's your favorite reviewer that are in the middle league, like Ryan O'Toole, Jay Vaders, Griffin Schiller? Do we have a favorite, gentlemen?
We can't pick favorites.
We're all terrible.
Exactly. Yes.
We're all terrible. That's why we're in the middle league. Personally, I mean, all those three are great choices. It's tough though because I don't know. It's tough. I mean, probably anyone that I'm friends with. I mean, I can't pick one to be honest. I mean,
we're all
I watch
together,
everyone's.
You know?
Yeah. Now, if we're talking about just film critics in general, how about we just talk about film critics, like people who we like look up to? Mothman, you got one?
It's out of us, out of the community.
Yes.
I do think Ryan does make. He's been very prolific, and he makes since relate to the question, I think Ryan does make a lot of great content, and he's always putting out new content. He's hustles, he's grinding. And I've been watching him for a while now, since the I'm talking about the Next Gen that we talked about a few days ago. But since he was on there last year, I started watching his stuff, and he's been great since. And I haven't watched Jay and Griffin, but now that they're in this, I'm gonna check their stuff out, which is what this is all about: learning about new people and finding out their content. And I love that part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's fun. I just like seeing everyone's different opinions personally.
Yeah, same. All right, you've been a film score asks, favorite MCU moment. Zach, why don't you start this one?
Favorite MCU moment? Sorry, I'm being dumb and looking in the live chat and stuff. Favorite MCU moment? That's really tough. I know a lot of people are probably gonna go with a lot of stuff from Endgame or Spider-Man Far From Home. I think has one of the coolest action set pieces ever with everything with Mysterio, especially since Mysterio is my favorite MCU. Not even MCU, just my favorite Marvel villain of all time. So personally, for me, I'm gonna go not the obvious route. One of my favorite and most subtle moments is in Guardians of the Galaxy when Gamora and Star-Lord are listening to the music on the Walkman, and it's playing "Fooled Around and Fell in Love." I love the cinematography. I love everything in that scene, and it's one of my favorite moments from that. When I think of that movie in particular, that's the moment I think of.
Yeah. Mothman?
I was going to go with Guardians something in Volume 2, but I want to be different just so we have a more diverse conversation. Winter Soldier is the obvious pick for people's favorite MCU movie, but I always go back to the end of that movie when they're on the helicarrier and Cap's got the shit beaten out of him, and he's but he still says that I'm still with him to the end of the line. Yeah. And then Bucky's and then he falls into the water. And I don't know why I love that moment with the piano in the background where he's just kind of laying there and then he gets taken by a hand. But I love the swelling of that moment and what it means for the bond and their friendship together. And it's one of my favorite emotional moments because that's the first time I really watched an MCU movie since maybe the first Iron Man and really had my heartstrings tugged. And that was 2014. So that was early on.
Yeah. I want to mention two obvious answers, though I'm not going to mention them. Of course, the portal scene is awesome. That rotating shot around the original Avengers when they formed New York City is awesome. But to me, and this is to me one of the most underrated movies, and you, Zach, know I love it. The first Thor, at the end of that movie, when Thor is grabbing onto the spear of Loki. Loki is grabbing onto the spear as well. And then Odin is holding onto Thor. And Loki is pleading with his father in desperation, saying, "Father, I could have done it. I could have done it." And Odin is just, "No, son. No." Yeah. And Loki lets the spear go and just drops into the abyss. I love that moment. I love many moments in that Thor movie because it's just
the score in that movie is amazing.
It is. It is.
Patrick
I
Doyle.
wish I loved that movie. I really do wish I loved that movie. I think that there's so many great things in it. But
how long has it been since you watched it?
Last year.
Okay. So you watched it recently. It doesn't work.
I usually watch all the MC films once a year. Nice. The one I usually do skip those Dark World. I just
it's kind of a chore to watch.
Yeah, it's not bad either. It's boring.
Mm.
It's not memorable. Like
it's a movie with extremes to me, because the things that are in that, like, they're not amazing, they're not the most brilliantly done, but the things that work in that movie really work, but the things that don't work in that movie really don't work.
Yeah,
it makes it a drag. Yeah.
All right, Jordan Morgan asks, when do we start to really get to know Ahsoka in Clone Wars? I think, as far as I remember, like around season 2, or at least late into season 2.
And I would go as far to say people really. It's a weird thing, because if you've never watched Clone Wars and Rebels before, you don't get why the love is, because a lot of her love I really think stems from Rebels personally. And I think because a majority of Clone Wars, I would say the movie's god awful with her. The movie's fucking terrible.
Yep.
But you start to kind of win into her charm a little bit, as Anakin is doing the same throughout the whole entire show. I wouldn't say, though, I started loving her until Rebels, though. And I think that's when I was like, I love this character. Given though on Clone Wars, I was only on like season 3 or 4, and then I heard it was canceled. I said, I'm not gonna watch it. So then I went into Rebels instead. So then I went back and like started getting into it. And especially with the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, that's when you really get into it. And I think everything kind of just combined together makes you feel like to love her.
Yeah.
It's an obvious answer, but when she leaves the Jedi Council, I feel like is when you really get it's a pivotal moment in her arc and in the whole show where you're like, okay, so you're seeing a change in direction, a shift in tone for the show and this character. And it's a very obvious answer, but I think it's the best answer.
Yeah, you're very right. All right, Deep in the Film Score asks, favorite Evan Peters role. Like, I don't love this movie as much as most people do. As a matter of fact, I don't love this movie as much as Zach does. But American Animals has got to be the one for me.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, I agree. I love American Animals. I think that's his best role.
Yeah,
I liked him in Kick-Ass as the best friend.
That's true.
Oh my god, you're right. He's in that.
Yeah.
I
think that was one of his first big movies, if I'm not mistaken. He was in a lot of random stuff.
I think so too.
He was also in The Office for a little bit. He was in one of the interns.
Oh yeah, he's in a few Michael Scott. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I just watched that episode again when he starts spanking him. It's so cringy. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I gotta rewatch The Office. Deep in the Film Score asks, do you think Joseph Gordon-Levitt should be in the MCU? He's a good actor.
He's been close twice. He's supposed to be Ant-Man. He's supposed to be Star-Lord and lost out. Both times.
That's right.
So
How close did he get? Did he get to like the?
He was like so for Star-Lord, it was between him and Zachary Levi, and then Chris Pratt was the last edition, and then he won it.
Oh shit!
And then Ant-Man, it was legitimately between him or Paul Rudd, from what I understand.
That's nuts. Yeah. That's nuts. Paul Rudd probably should. He deserved to win that role, but
yeah.
It seems like it's going to happen sooner or later. He's a nerd. He loves these movies, I'm sure, and he loves this universe, so he'll keep going for it eventually.
Zeke Gonzalez Ansaldi, I hope I pronounced it right. Do you think that your favorite movie of all time will ever change? Maybe a new release by the end of your life dethrones it, or you just come to appreciate a different movie more over time? I think so. It has happened before, so I don't see why it can't happen again. What do you guys think?
It would take a fucking miracle for me.
It would take a lot too. But yeah. I do agree with the whole thing that there are movies that I've watched before that I've liked or just kind of like passively enjoyed. And then after like a few years, I'll go back and be like, I'll think about it again. I'll be like, that's a great movie. I mean, Get Out. I liked Get Out, but I didn't love Get Out. But like over the course of the year, the conversation about it made me love it more. When usually I don't like a movie when it gets more attention, but that movie, I was like, this movie deserves everything that's getting right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, usually there's always one film per year that always like that film will end up cementing in my top 10 or like even my top favorites of all time. One year in particular was The Big Sick. That's my top 10 now of all time. Rival was another one. La La Land. But my top 3 is kind of untouchable because my number 1's Wolf of Wall Street. I just don't ever see anything ever knocking that out. 2 is like all the Toy Stories just put together, just fucking throw them in. And number 3 is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, that is quintessentially my favorite adventure film of all time. It would take a miracle for something to really knock that out. Like that film is a fucking masterpiece. It's
the perfect screenplay. It's the perfect movie. It's like Back to the Future too for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, anything kind of coming close to that, maybe Catch Me If You Can. I think that's Spielberg's best film besides that. So, so yeah, but Rage of the Lost Ark is fucking perfect.
All right. This is not a question, but I want to shout it out because Denny K Reviews, you got a new subscriber, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you guys are liking this video because if you're not, Maffman Jones, Zach, and I are going to be very angry at you. All right. We got a lot of questions. I just had to
Does
jump.
the dislike count? We have one dislike. Does that count?
We only have one dislike? Oh, my God.
Who is it?
Okay. G. Kobe P asks, for Maffman, if they ever made a movie about you and Austin, who would you cast as you two? I could see either Zach Braff or Justin Long as Austin, and honestly, Tobey Maguire as you.
Yeah, that's the one I guess. Tobey Maguire is the one that everybody compares me to. Whenever I go out and they're like, "You look like that Spider-Man guy," I'm like, "Who?" It's like 5 of them now.
Did they ask you to say pizza time?
No, they should though.
Oh, okay.
Pizza time. There you go. I can see Zach Braff playing Austin though. I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that could play him, but I could see him or Justin Long, obviously. I think Justin Long might cater. I feel like I can see Justin Long playing more to like his personality, but I don't know. They're both really good choices. I think Colby, you hit it on the head.
That was perfect.
By the way, I think Colby asked this about us last week, and I forgot to say Adam Driver to play me. But honestly, I could see Brandon Routh playing Austin.
I could see that too.
Yeah, sure. That would be a good choice.
Let's make it a movie. Tobey Maguire. Hey, do you guys know Tobey Maguire is going to be in the next Chazelle film?
The what?
The Damien Chazelle film.
The one with Emma Stone and
Brad Pitt. Yeah, he's going to be one of the main cast.
Whoa,
oh, nice.
All right. Wow, now you got me excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't been in a movie since like Great Gatsby. I can't remember the last time
he produced Brittany Runs a Marathon. I know that.
Oh, okay. I still have to see that, by the way. I haven't seen that yet.
No, he was in one movie after Great Gatsby. One Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
With Liev Schreiber.
Oh.
I'm so sad that I was trying to show my girlfriend the interview between Toby and
I know
Josh
it's gone.
and it's gone.
Yeah, we've heard it. Literally, it's like infamous now.
It's like the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Why can't I find it?
He took it down. He asked Josh, I think, asked to take it down because it was. I mean, because what's he saying? It. He's like, "You sucked in Spider-Man."
It's awful, but I wanted to have it so bad. All right, Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan. I can see that. What are your thoughts on the Blade trilogy? Good, great, horrible.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm like good. The third one's a waste of time.
Yeah.
When the eye thing is fucking terrible.
Non-movie related question. What are you guys' stance on people saying modern music suck and not as good as back in the day? Anyone want to take this one first?
I think everything's art. I mean, honestly, everything's art. Same thing for movies. People are like, "Oh, the movies back in the day were so much better." I totally disagree. I think there is some music that's garbage, and it's not my. There's always
been bad music.
Like
though.
I can't fucking understand what you're saying, man. Don't stutter. Don't stutter. don't mumble and all that. But that's my opinion on it. It's art. You like it. It's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're growing up with stuff, like you're obviously gonna see that in a different light, and you're always gonna have rose tinted glasses over things that like during your time growing up and your time living than other things. But there's always technology is always improving, and there's always like new cameras, new technology, there's new stuff in the studio where people like. I mean, like I think of Kanye West, somebody who revolutionized the way people make music, and a lot of people were influenced by his music. You can say what you want about him as a person. I don't like him either as a person, but there is still great music being made. Even I don't like Billie Eilish, but I feel like Billie Eilish is one of the people who's really going to impact the way music's made in the next 5-10 years because it's just so different. So you're still getting really good music. It's how you perceive it, I guess.
I agree.
I think you are G. Colby. I think you are kind of right, but there's a caveat to that. I think there's a lot of modern music that sucks, but that's only because there's more music being done today than it has ever been done. Like in the 80s and 90s, that was shitty music back then too, but now it's everyone can make music. There's YouTube, there's Spotify, anyone can put music everywhere. So yes, because everyone and anyone can do it. Our friend Muhlenberg asks, "What are your top 3 sitcoms?" Stuff. Okay, so
I gotta think about this one.
How I Met Your Mother. Even though I hate the ending, I despise the ending. I can make a whole podcast about how much I hate that ending. The Office.
How bad is the ending?
The ending is like if Jar Jar Binks was the main character in all trilogies of Star Wars and the MCU.
Hot.
Please, I disagree.
Miss, I disagree with you so much.
I agree with How I Met Your Mother. I think it's a top 3 show. But besides we talking about, I didn't hate it, but it seemed like a complete departure from what they were doing.
Yeah.
For whatever many seasons it was. Trying to think of another 2. Office is really good.
At this point, I'm just trying to think whether
Community count as one.
Seinfeld, of course.
Communities. I have to watch Community. I haven't seen that yet.
Community is amazing. I love Community. Yeah, it's like top 3 shows for me. For me, it would probably be The Office, Friends, and Community.
Okay. I want to give another shout out here because Mary Lou B from your channel, Zach, she's over here. Thank you so much for watching. And it's awesome that you're here. All right, we got a question about a Studio Ghibli film.
Ooh.
From Jordan Morgan. I love that name. I love saying that name. Jordan Morgan. I want to watch Spirited Away because the reviews and hang on, I can't figure it. The reviews and stuff are crazy. Do I watch the original with subtitles or can I watch the English version? Gentlemen?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, it's whatever your preference is. I don't think there's a big difference in quality and whether you like. It's going to be a little bit different how you perceive like the emotions, I guess, but they're both fine.
Yes, I always prefer the original version, but I say if you want to watch it in English, I say do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just be careful that I don't know how it is when it comes to Studio Ghibli films specifically, but in a lot of anime shows, there's a lot of censorship in dubbing. So I don't know how it applies to the movies from Studio Ghibli, but.
Really quick, to that point, I watched My Neighbor Totoro on HBO Max the other day with the English. It was Dakota and Ella Fanning, or the sisters, and it was great. It was really good. Okay, nice. So they do a good job. I'm assuming with the other ones too. If that one was compelling.
All right, Jordan Morgan, here you have it from experience from Maffman himself. G. Colby P.S. What are your takes on people saying they're not seeing this particular movie because either Chris Stuckman or Johns didn't like it without being more open-minded? I saw it happen when Birds of Prey came out. Ooh, the
curse of being a critic, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I just think people are dumb. Make your own opinion.
Exactly.
I mean, that sounds bad, but it's true. I think there are some people. I mean, and that's the thing is being a critic is there are times where people they see something and they're like, oh, I'm not going to see that now because someone said it was garbage. But I don't think they should. I think reality is, I think what reviews should be used for is a discussion more. And given there are people who just want to save money, and that's fine. But I think us as film lovers, if you love film and you want to see a movie, but your favorite 2 critics say they don't like it, you should still go see it.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, because you might end up loving a movie, whether or not we like it or somebody else likes it or not.
Yeah, I agree too. Tony Movie Chappie, Dina Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan, asks, do you guys think that Marvel will start adult animation movies and TV shows like DC have done with some of their movies and TV shows? Never in their life, as long as Disney owns the property.
I think they could, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
DC has that game occupied just fine. I don't think they want to have that competition there.
I think What If's going to be the closest.
Yeah, maybe. Deminicium Scott asks, what's your guilty pleasure comic book movie? For me, it's Supergirl 1984.
Batman Robin.
Oh,
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. You
want to kill the dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs, the Ice Age, you motherfucker.
In a Paul Verhoeven movie, he would say motherfucker.
God, I want to know.
That's bad.
I don't want to answer the same as you. I'm going to say, you know what? Green Lantern for me.
Never finished it.
I have not seen it since I saw it in theaters in 2011. But
Taika Waititi's in that movie. I just
he
blew
is.
up half the people's mind.
He is. You would never recognize him though. It's so
Exactly.
weird.
Does Kick-Ass 2 count? I know not everyone loves it, but I still really like it.
I genuinely like that movie.
Okay.
Not as a guilty pleasure though. But I'm in the minority, so maybe it counts. I don't know.
Okay, because it has a really bad rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's from the director of Fantasy Island and Truth or Dare, so it's
so it probably counts.
Okay,
probably
so
counts.
it counts.
He asks, "What is one movie you despise that you tried to find one thing you liked in it and couldn't?" For me, it's Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know it might say really, but that's movie that pissed me off.
You pissed me off.
Are you talking about me or Gico VP?
Both.
Okay.
Shade.
Ooh.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, Ren, how many more questions you want to take? Like 2 more?
Yeah, let's take 2 more after this one.
Okay. And guys, make sure also to hit that like button.
Please do hit the like.
I'm still donating money.
Like. Yeah.
Do it for a good cause, guys. I mean, I really went. I guess to keep it in the comic book discussion, I wanted to like Fantastic Four by Josh Trank when it came out. And like I was watching the whole movie in theaters, like I was kind of like in and out. By the end, I was just clocked out. But like I was looking the whole time for a reason to not come out and hate it. But I ended up despising the movie completely. It's one of the worst.
I shit all over that movie.
It's a disaster from front to back.
Fault? Is it someone else's fault? I don't know. It's someone's fault.
I want that book or documentary one day if we ever get it.
For me. It might be Hellboy.
2019?
It might be. I mean, recently that was a movie I fucking hated. I legitimately
like David Harbour.
I liked him, but
okay.
I just it was a hard film. I walked out baffled. Oh, I kind of hate Serenity, but I also love it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. That's a tough movie because there's always a movie. There's always a way for me to watch. Okay, Transformer the Last Night. There's not one thing in that movie that I liked. I guess
I gotta agree with you.
I try to walk out of most movies, like even independent ones that I don't love, or like where I could tell that they were trying. I tried to be a little bit more inclined and trying to see what they were trying to do. I didn't get what he was doing with that last Transformers film.
Yeah, it's like he just threw everything at a wall. It sounds like.
Yeah,
pretty much.
The easy answer for me, you guys watching this know this. Zach knows this. Dragon Ball Evolution is my most hated movie of all time. I despise that movie with a burning passion. But I will say more recently, Sorry to Bother You was god awful.
Wow,
that movie.
I love that movie too.
When the horse showed up, I said, "Hell yeah, get it."
I didn't know what was happening. I thought I ate mushrooms like an hour before.
Oh my god. Okay, I want to try to take these non-movie related ones. Non-movie related question, but did you play any sports in high school? What's your favorite sport and team sport? I didn't quote unquote play, and it wasn't in high school specifically, but it was during my time in high school. I did judo. I did some MMA training. Ooh. When I was younger, I did karate twice, 2 different styles. I did capoeira and I did swimming. That's it.
Hot.
Nice. So
I'll kick your ass, basically. Gentlemen?
I played high school football for 4 years. But my favorite sport is basketball, I guess. I like a lot of sports, but I guess I gravitate to basketball the most. I am entertained by it the most, and my favorite team is the Yankees.
Nice.
Zach?
What about you, Zach?
Well, so for me, I was in cross country and track 7th grade to senior year, and that's what I love. But I also love basketball too. I used to play the shit out of basketball. But then I didn't make the team, so I said, I'll go try track and cross country, and then I ended up falling in love with that. So if you're still in high school, try everything.
Yeah, just find something you like.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to take this one because it's for Maffman specifically, and then I'm going to take the last one. GCOVP asks, John, And then he says
Very
something.
direct.
I'm reading because I want you to read, but it's not showing up. Okay, it's showing up now.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, John, how the hell did you get Flickpick and Stuckman on year 3 of Next Gen? Well, I'm actually friends with Chris Stuckman, and I guess Stuckman's good friends with Flickpick, so that's how that worked.
See, there you go.
I simply asked Chris when we got him on. He within like 10 minutes he responded back, yeah, and then Flickpick was the same thing.
Okay.
You want to get
really cool. They're really cool dudes.
You want to get Chris Stuckman on this show?
I could ask.
Dude, you'd be doing
hey, we could get him in for the underrated Star Wars characters.
Oh God.
Would he argue Muff Tack with you?
You probably think I'm on drugs. You probably think, are you, John? Is there something fucking wrong with you? He probably says something like that.
I love it. I'm telling you, when we do that list, he's number 1. He's number fucking 1.
Yeah.
He's winning. He's winning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'll get a costume.
We're going to be talking with Maffman after this show, so if we have big news for next week's episode, you know what it is. All right, and last question. Let's take it from new subscriber Danny K Reviews. Favorite Denis Villeneuve film, best Denis Villeneuve film? I'd probably go with Prisoners. Zach?
Best new or just in general his best film?
Best.
Arrival. Arrival's his best movie. 100%. Nothing's wrong with that movie.
Yeah, I'm between Arrival and Prisoners. It's because they're both very different movies. Yes. I'm trying to think of what one is more accessible to people. I feel like Prisoners is darker, and Arrival has more of a resonating aspect that people could really, even if you don't like sci-fi, I feel like the whole aspect with Amy Adams and her daughter is something that people could really resonate with.
I agree.
Yeah. For me, it's Blade Runner 2049, and having just watched it again last night just reemphasizes that. But literally, I love all his movies.
I do too.
Nothing bad.
Yeah, the worst grade I'd give a movie of his is an A. That's it, really.
What movie is that?
I'd probably give Incendies an A.
See, that's the one I still haven't seen.
I haven't seen Polytechnique. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, me either.
But all right, everyone, that's it for the show today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking the video, for helping to donate to, what is the organization again, Muffman? I'm sorry.
It's NAACP. So the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
I love it.
And it's awesome what you were doing, what you decided to do. But thank you for using us as your platform. And what have you been up to? What have you have coming up? And where can people find you online?
I'm not really doing much. I'm just watching a lot of movies, but I am planning now on doing a lot I want to donate to more places, so I might be doing more types of live stream type of content if people are into that. So I actually posted a poll on my channel recently. But yeah, you can find me everywhere at Maffman Jones. It's M-A, 2 F's, Man Jones, one word. And it's literally anywhere, any social media platform, even TikTok. Even though I don't make TikToks, you can find me anywhere. And yeah, that's it.
Please make TikToks just with you saying pizza time. Like every day you just do that.
That's my shtick, is just doing that. That's actually that's not a bad idea.
Hey, dude, you could probably go viral. Someone, and then watch, you could get a role in Doctor Strange too.
I might try this. I actually might try this now.
You should do it, please.
For like the next month, I'll just do it and see if it takes off.
And name the account Every Day It's Pizza Time.
Yes.
And just post one TikTok.
And then on Twitter, do the same thing. It's pizza time.
Exactly.
Like you could do a wipe it all down challenge, and then when you wipe it, it's you and a pizza, and it's you with pizza.
Oh my God,
that's a great idea.
I'm telling you, man.
God damn.
I don't know how to make the TikTok.
Striking gold right now.
Give you the ideas.
All right, I'm writing it down. It might happen. You'll get credit. You'll get credit.
Sweet.
You guys will get credit.
And Zach, what do you have coming up, and where can people find you online?
So I got lots of things coming up. I'm putting together a really cool idea. I'm not ready to announce it yet, but definitely you guys will hear about it very soon. I also have a Last of Us video essay coming out today. Please go support it because I put countless hours into that and way too much time than I probably should have for only like 100 views that it's probably going to get, but whatever. And yeah, usually that's how it goes. And in general, do look out for a bunch of stuff. This week, my morale was a little bit down, but next week, definitely, I'm planning on probably doing 6 videos next week. So do look forward to that. And thank you guys, as always, for watching Geeks at the Roundtable because I love doing this show. And Mothman, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for being
A lot of
here.
fun today.
I
And
did.
also
Yeah.
record a lesson or two about Muff Tack. Always
Yes.
happy to spread Muff Tack love.
I'm not joking. I legitimately want to go buy a Muff Tack statue now, and I think legitimately that's what I'm gonna look for once we're done here.
I bet you won't be hard to find.
There's a Funko Pop of him.
Yes, there is.
Of course there is.
He's somewhere up there. I just can't see it, and I won't get up because, again, I'm not wearing any pants.
Yeah. How much do you guys think he's worth?
$15.
I'm looking at it right now.
He's at 60, 70.
$22.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
I actually thought
He's gonna go up now, though.
He's an exclusive. Yeah, he fucking
Gonna
will.
go up after this. Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Keep safe. Keep everyone around you safe and keep healthy. And again, Mothman, thank you for being on here. Zach, thanks for being again with me. And we'll see you guys on the next one. So until then, love each other. Love the movies. And it's not closing. Of course it's not closing. Yes.
We're live.
We're live.